Hi, my name is Jay. Your name is?
Deedee.
Deedee. And you're Skip, right?
Skip.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
We're out here today on Mount Helix in La Mesa, California, and we're out asking the big question to people. What do you guys think is going to happen to you after you die? Your eyes go closed, and what happens next? Something or nothing? What do you guys think?
I believe in God,
Okay.
so I believe that I will have whatever my version of heaven is.
So there's a lot of different versions of that. That's for sure. I've heard a lot of it in my time just doing this. So how does it work? So you die, and you got to be a good person in order to go to heaven. Your heaven.
I think that you can't have major things that you've done wrong unless you've asked for forgiveness. I think that God is all forgiven if you want it. There's so many different things. Like my youngest daughter believes that the light that you see at the end of the tunnel, the light that you see when you die, is also the light that you see at birth. So that it would just be a circle.
A circle of life, huh?
But I think that, well, I'm somebody who believes in God, I'm somebody who believes in reincarnation, so it's kind of a contradiction. I think some people may even have the choice whether or not to come back here as a human being. I don't know if people get reincarnated as animals, because I think most animals are better than most people. So that would be like taking a step down. I don't know.
Yeah, it's we've heard a lot of different thoughts. We believe in a heaven and hell. Before going any further in the conversation, we're Christians, okay, and just out here today is just talking to people. One of the things we're doing is sharing the gospel with people, and so a lot of people, they don't really understand what the gospel is, and we just try to make it as clear as we possibly can for them, because it's not a difficult thing to believe in Jesus Christ and get your sins forgiven. It's not, and a lot of people want to make it too complex. Part of the reason why people don't want to believe in Jesus is because they think their fun will go away if they start believing in Jesus, that they have to give up that fun in life. And I can tell you, I'm a Christian, and I've been for many years, and I have fun in life. It's just your definition of fun. Okay, can you continue going out stealing in the stores at night and be a Christian?
No.
Okay, okay. It's kind of your definition. So you do have to repent. Okay, repent means to turn your back on the lifestyle that you once lived when you asked Christ into your life, and you have to ask for forgiveness for the stuff you've done wrong. And let me ask you some questions on the stuff that you've done wrong, and I've done wrong, and he's done wrong, and everybody's done wrong. It's a little test. It's called the good person test. Have you guys ever told a lie in your life?
Yes.
So have we. So has everybody up here, right? What does the world call people that lie? What does the world call people that lie?
Liars.
There you go. Have you guys ever used the Lord's name in vain, said it in a curse word, sometime in your life?
No.
Okay. Well, a lot of people have. Huh?
I avoid it.
You avoid it? Okay. How about this one? Have you guys ever hated someone or called them a fool?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've called people fools,
Yeah.
but I haven't hated.
Yeah. Well, in the Bible, Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount, he said, if you hate someone or call them a fool, that's murder in your heart. Okay? It's because we're essentially hating or calling a fool his creation. We've all done things wrong in our life. We're supposed to be forgiven. We're supposed to try to look past stuff. But that's not always the easiest thing to do. But it's sin. It's just another example of sin, because people will think, I'm good. I'm a pretty good person. But then they start thinking about these things. Hey, maybe I'm not such a good person. So we believe after this life ends, you're going to be judged by Christ, and you'll either go to heaven or hell. And based on those sins you just told me that you've lied before, you've hated before, come before Christ, do you think he's going to let you in heaven or send you to hell? Based on the stuff you said you just did.
He'll let me in.
They let you in because
I believe in him.
okay, you trust that he's forgiven you, right? And you've changed the lifestyle that you've once had. You kind of done a 180 on it and then gone the other direction, right? So that's what we got to do, and that's the gospel. That's it in its simplest form. So we're just encouraging people to do that. If you haven't, you don't know when you're going to die, right? I'm going to tell you a story right now that just kind of proves you don't know when you're going to die. Because we lost a son. He certainly didn't know when he was going to die.
I'm sorry.
We lost an 18-year-old son on November 6th of 2007. Lost him suddenly. We didn't get to say goodbye. It was right after the 2007 wildfires. He just started at Mesa College here. He was just graduated from Steel Canyon High School. He was a cross-country runner since the age of 8. He ran about 40 miles a week on average. The night before his accident, he got a brand new pair of running shoes from a shoe company that sponsored him to run in them, test them out and things. So, got those shoes on, his shorts, running shorts on, a t-shirt. He was on his way to a running class at Mesa. Jumped into a car he'd been driving for 1 week. Wasn't used to it yet. And he started flying up the 94 West Freeway, going about 90 plus miles an hour. No drugs or alcohol in his system. They did an autopsy on his body. He was just excited to run in his shoes for the first time. This is where he lost his life. This is the unusual part. He lost his life dead center on this cross. It was a dry road day when his accident occurred. You can look it up on the internet. November 6, 2007, he was in the fast lane. We think something failed in his used car. He went across traffic, and he hit a tree here. This is the skid marks here. Split his car in half, ripped him out of the seatbelt, and he landed in the backyard of this house, body position, looking directly up at the cross. Parts of his car went completely around the cross and the roof. We actually have news video coverage on our website of the owner of the house picking up parts of his car around the cross. So that was a trial in our life, and people are going to do one of two things when they go through an experience similar to this. They're either going to blame God, which we actually met someone right before you that lost a 6-year-old sister and blames God for it. Or they're going to draw closer to God. And we've drawn closer to God. So there's one or two ways. But it's really up to you. I think one day in heaven we'll reveal all the reasons why. But one reason we do know why is his best friend, his name is Adrian, was still in high school when this happened. And he accepted Christ at my son's funeral. So that was one thing that happened. He went on after his death and ran the San Diego Cross Country Championships, which is a championship run. All the high schools participate in the area. And he won the race. His entire team wore headbands with R.I.P. Devin and the year he was born and the year he passed. And they all ran the race like that. And the entire team won. It's a big event. And so my son's best friend got a scholarship to Chico State University, where we see him a few times a year. Every year he comes down to visit. It's still a part of our life. But so the other thing that happened after this, my son donated his body to an organization called LifeShare. That's that donor thing you see on your driver's license. We donated his ligament in his arm to a 18-year-old baseball pitcher that went to Mater Dei High School. This 18-year-old pitcher sent us a letter. This is his newspaper article, anyone I was telling you about. That's the accident. November 7th, 2007. 18-year-old driver killed when he slams into a tree. And this newspaper right there. And this is a letter we got from this 18-year-old boy that went to Mater Dei. Real nice letter. I'll read it real quick. Hi, my name is Blake. I'm writing to your family to express my sincere empathy in your loss of your family member. I am deeply sorry for your family, and I'm praying that God may guide you in this time. I'm also writing to your family in great respect and gratitude of your family decision to donate the special gift. The transplant I received and the scarring that has taken place due to the injury will serve as a reminder of your family and especially of your loved one. I'm greatly privileged and thankful for the opportunity to be powered by your loved one, and he or she has enabled me to be healthy again. I thought I would share with you a brief history of who I am and what the surgery has allowed me to do. I'm an 18-year-old boy who has just graduated from Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, California. I will be attending Santa Clara University in the fall. I'm the oldest child and have one brother and two sisters. My brother is 17, my sister is 16, and my little sister is 12. Growing up as a child full of energy and love for athletics, I played hockey, basketball, football, soccer, and baseball. When I got to high school, a lot of things started to change and not go the way I hoped for. To make a long story short, I ended up lettering in football and baseball. I had many ups and downs in football, such as losing the quarterback job to phenom Matt Barkley after being the starting quarterback my freshman and sophomore year for the freshman team and the sophomore JV team. However, I ended up playing receiver for our varsity team my senior year and gained many life lessons along the way. In baseball, my sophomore year on varsity, I hurt my arm pitching. My junior year, I did the exact same thing. After that season, I got an MRI and found out my ulnar collateral ligament, UCL, also known as Tommy John ligament, was torn. I ended up playing third base with the team my senior year, however, and we had a remarkable season that again brought many ups and downs, but many life lessons as well. I'm honored to let you know that the transplant your family has so generously donated has replaced my damaged elbow ligament in my arm through surgery, commonly referred to as Tommy John surgery. I am currently still in stitches and in a brace and have started my rehab process that will take approximately 1 year. I have hopes to play baseball and pitch at Santa Clara University. I will redshirt my first year due to my injury and rehab, but will then resume my baseball activity my second year there. I'm again very grateful for your family and hope to fulfill my dreams of pitching out of respect for your loved one. I will never forget your family and your loved one as he or she is in a better place. I hope to keep in contact with your family and cannot be thankful enough for what the surgery is going to enable me to do. Thank you again, and may God bless your family. You are in my prayers and in my heart. Thank you. And so he left his phone number here, but I crossed it out here. Yeah. So my wife got in her cell phone and called him. Didn't get him on his phone, but left him a voicemail. A couple months passed. We didn't get any call back, no nothing from him. One day we were driving our foster youth mentee. We're foster youth mentors. We take kids from the county out. We camp with them, bike ride with them, that kind of thing. We drove from Hamul and were on our way to Coronado. We were on the 94 West freeway. And our car was on the freeway, and it came right in front of this house. And my wife's cell phone rings. Who do you think is calling us for the very first time?
Blake.
Yes, Blake called. We're all stunned, all looking at each other. Even the mentee knew my son real well. He taught him how to ride a quad and some different things. They were real close. So we were stunned that he called. So we decided to have dinner with him. So we had dinner with him and his mom at the Claimed Upper restaurant up in Carlsbad. We all sat down to eat. And Blake asked us, he goes, "What kind of car did Devin die in?" We told him it was an Acura Integra and the model and everything. And he looks at us funny and he goes, "I drive that same car." Then we learned his mom, who's sitting with us, is a CASA, which are like foster youth mentors, like we are. Take kids from the county out, they shop with them and that kind of thing. So all this stuff was hooking up. And I don't believe that happened just by chance. That happened for a reason. And God knows what's going on right here with us right now, and he wants you guys in heaven. I don't think I just came up here just by chance. I think I came up here for a reason. He wants you guys, you sound like you're believers, but he just wants you to stay strong. Just keep believing in him and tell others about him. I want to leave you with this one thing. Think about your best friend right now, or maybe a family member that you know has not accepted Christ into their life. If they were to suddenly die in a car accident today, and they hadn't accepted Christ, where would they be going according to the Bible?
Purgatory?
To hell.
Hell.
You know, it's heaven or hell. Hell is described as a place, many, many verses. I actually read all the verses of my father's funeral that he accepted Christ on his deathbed. But as a place of fire, a place where you're going to feel pain for eternity. And picture that friend or loved one there now, calling up to you and going, why didn't you say something to me, Deedee? You knew about it. Why did you keep it to yourself? I tell you that just as motivation. That's why one of the reasons we're out telling people, because you don't know when that time is going to be. A lot of times you have those moments, you're right, but a lot of times things happen suddenly, right? And we're just trying to get that message out to people. And I'm not asking you to go out and do it this way. Best way to do it is just sit down with a friend or somebody and just kind of talk about it. Bring Jesus up, We're not to be ashamed of Jesus. He's our creator. A lot of people, we've heard it many times, oh, get away from me, oh, don't talk to me, oh, like this over here, the lady popped up off of the wall and ran away from us and was just very, very upset with the whole thing. So it's going to happen, but we're to stand strong for him. He's done so much for us, right? He's allowed us to live this life. He's allowed us to have relationships. We've got a lot to be grateful for him.
That little lizard there. Doing the bounce.
Yeah.
Doing push-ups in the sun? Yes, he was down here on the gravel earlier.
Yeah, he's sitting there listening to Jake. But he heard you winding down, so he's looking for a place to go.
He's going to go to see where you're sitting at next.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my son there. Sam there. Yeah, it's his funeral bulletin. Yeah. There's a couple things I just share with people. This is what your body holds all your cells together with.
Laminin?
All over your body. It's the glue that holds your body together. Without it, your body would fall apart right now. All of this is a microscopic view of what's holding these laminin just everywhere, all over your body. Amazing that God chooses to use a cross to do that. Isn't that something? By design, I don't know why he did it that way, but he does, right? I just thought it was one of those things that make you go, Do I know for sure? No. But it makes you go, But if you look in the Bible, Colossians 1:15 through 17, down here it says, all things have been created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. Hold together. Your bodies hold together with little crosses. And there's another thing. This is in the Whirlpool Galaxy. This is taken under the Hubble telescope. If you look it up on the NASA website, you can see it. There's a picture of a cross out there. That's one of those. Do I know for sure that that's what those intentions were to do that? No. But it's just one of those things that just make you think.
Have you ever looked at a pine tree this time of year?
Yeah?
All the ends of it are little crosses.
Uh-huh.
The new shoots are all little crosses at Easter time.
Yeah. There's a lot of design all over the place. It's just everywhere. Our bodies are there's a lot of design in our bodies. Think about your eyes for a moment. Everything in your eye has to work together simultaneously just to be able to see. It's amazing. And to say there wasn't a designer, creator to all this is just really out there to me. A designer to create everything, right? To a house over there, to your car, to that camera. There was somebody that designed it and they created it. It's this way of life works. So why not think that there's a God that designed, created this world and created us? What's wrong with thinking that? And a lot of people
works for me.
A lot of people can't wrap their mind around that one.
I know other people that don't feel the same way, and it's just like I've told some people, well, it's better to believe and be wrong than not to believe and be wrong.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to remember that one. All right, well, you guys got questions for us?
No.
Okay,
Keep
well,
up the good work.
all right, thank you for your time. God bless you both.